We're live? I think we're live. Hey everyone, it's DC here. And yeah, I just wanted to do a Q&A live stream for you guys because I have had quite a few new subscribers in the last 3 to 5 days. So yeah, I thought I'd pop up a Q&A quickly and yeah, get chatting to all the new people on here and some of the other people who have been on here for forever. Thank you for sticking around. Who have we got? So please, hello. Yes, so please, I have finally done another video. I have been a little bit sick the last few days, but that's all right. I'm back. I'm feeling a little bit better now. Geek Gamer, hi. What up, dude? Caleb Menendez. Thank you for watching the videos. That means a lot that people actually watch these videos and enjoy them and get some sort of benefit out of watching them. Try not to be too distracted by the checkpoint live cyber threat map. It's just interesting to watch who's attacking who at any given time. And, oh, look at that! Australia's attacking Russia. Russia's hitting South Africa. France is always just basically wrecking people. Aaron Littlefield. Sup, dude? How's it going? Or should I say g'day, mate? What else is on this, actually? I want us to have a look. Let's go back over here. Close that. So it actually splits it out into what's malware, what's phishing, and what's an exploit. So that's pretty cool. That's a new feature, I think. I didn't see that last time I was on there. Oh, we have a question. Have you encountered Medusa Locker at all? No. No, I haven't. I assume it's just like another BitLocker type thing, like another ransomware that essentially locks your file system and then asks you to pay lots and lots of money to unlock your stuff, or bitcoins or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Senegal just attacked themselves. What the hell? I am massively distracted by this ridiculousness. I've got my guitar here because I was just playing guitar a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but Safan Nakid. Hello DC, my only question for now is, since I'm an entry-level student, what do you suggest I should start with and what programming languages should I learn? Also, is there a compulsion, I think you mean is it compulsory, to learn any of those? What should you start with? I guess start with the course that you're doing. You're a student, you said, and I assume you're at college. If you're not, or you're just about to start college, have a look at some Python programming. Python is used not just in cybersecurity, but so many different aspects of IT. It's very, very common, especially in networking. And networking engineers love it. Cybersecurity engineers love it because cybersecurity and networking are very similar things. So yeah, definitely get into some Python programming. Read up on that. As well as have a look at some networking principles. So the things that come up in like a CCNA, BGP, VPN, all that stuff, routing tables, the layers of networking. Definitely get an understanding of those so that you can go into your course a little bit easier, and then you'll get through and you'll start realizing things are much easier from then on. That's my advice to you. Is it compulsory to learn anything before starting a degree or any sort of study, I guess? Not really, no. It's not necessary, but some people do it, but I wouldn't say it's like the be-all and end-all. Thanks for conducting session. Thanks for watching, man. I'm glad you're here to watch this. Geek Gamer, how much do you earn? It's the number one question I always get asked. It's 6 figures in Australian dollars, so over 100,000 Australian dollars per year. So please, one more question. Watch out, man. Too many questions here. No, you're welcome. Please ask as many questions as you like. At first, did you want to become a software engineer, or has it always been cybersecurity? No, I didn't want to become a software engineer or a cybersecurity engineer. When I first started IT, there was no such thing as a cybersecurity engineer. It sort of shows my age. I'm 31 now. I'm almost 32. And back when I did my degree, there was no cybersecurity course or certifications to actually do. So I did a computer science degree because it was pretty much the only one available to me. And yeah, from there, my dream was to have my own computer shop, which I did. I had my own computer shop for a few years, and it went well. And that sort of opened doors into doing business support for an MSP. And through them, they saw that I had experience. So then they put me through a whole bunch of certifications, and they wanted me to work more on sysadmin side of things. So I started off with sysadministration, but then I sort of found a passion for networking, and networking is definitely my biggest passion in IT, specifically Wi-Fi. I've always loved Wi-Fi technologies. So yeah, I then, I got into networking, and networking was my thing. That was what I did for a very long time. I was being a network engineer, network security engineer. And then I got that taste when I was doing security, network security engineering. I got that taste for cybersecurity, and I saw the potential for making a lot of money and basically job security. So I took that chance, and I then moved into this emerging industry of cybersecurity, and sort of went from there. And that's how I got into cybersecurity. So it was more by accident than anything else. But yeah, it wasn't my first choice to get into cybersecurity. It was just sort of something that happened in the end. Where was I? Beam, I'm serious about your vacation in January. I'm expecting your presents. Mate, I'm in China in January. I'm going to China in January for 1 week. But I might pop over to India. Whereabouts in India are you from? Send me a message on Discord or something, and I might pop over on the way back to Australia. Savran, thank you for your suggestion, sir. I hope you're in good health. I'm getting better. You can probably tell my voice is a little bit croaky and horrible, but yeah, it's all right. I'll get better sooner or later. I'm planning for a master's in cybersecurity, and I will enroll for the same by next year. Could you please guide me? What would be the steps after that, like job perspective wise and stuff? After your masters, you're going to... I'll just put my guitar down real quick because I'm sort of leaning on it. It's keeping me up here. So after you finish your masters, you will have racked up quite a bit of experience, and I believe with the masters you have to do a placement somewhere as well. Which will be good for you as well. It depends on what university you go to, I guess, but you're going to be pretty well off having a master's degree. What I would do after that is, if you haven't already got it, get a CCNA, the 2020 version, and also go for maybe like a CEH. And I know the CEH is going to seem really entry level after doing your masters, but it's a good cert to have as a stepping stone to an OSCP. Your job prospects are mid-level SOC teams, and if you have that OSCP, you could get straight into pen testing. And if remote work is something you're really interested in, pen testing is pretty much the one to go for. And then, yeah, sort of working your way up through like security engineers and a SOC engineer, and sort of going through those sort of ropes. You could also get into digital forensics. Sorry, I'm a little bit fuzzy because I'm still a little bit sick. Digital forensics, and yeah, that's sort of where I would look for jobs at. Your starting wage is going to be upwards of $70,000, pretty much anywhere in the world, I guess. So, yeah, it's going to look pretty good once you're finished. Yeah. Where was I on this chat? How do you keep your job from feeling too repetitive and getting boring? It's a struggle, I'll tell you what, especially when you get to sort of management level. So now I'm a team leader, and my work is very hands off. I'm hands off on the tools. I don't do too much of the actual security work as much anymore. I only get escalation tasks. My particular role at the moment is managing a SOC team and making sure that they're complete. It's more of a project manager than anything else, to be honest. But I'm going through this project and getting them to do these tasks that I outlined in an audit a little while ago. So I guess, how do I keep things from being repetitive? This is why I really like doing contracting, because I know that job is only going to last a certain amount of months, and after that I'm going to find another contract and do something completely different, and then I'll be thrown into the deep end, and I'm going to have to learn really quickly all over again. So that's sort of how I keep things from getting repetitive, but there's 100 different ways to skin a cat. That's just my way of doing it. What did I drop? Is the CompTIA Network Plus enough for cybersecurity or any certifications? No, the Network Plus is definitely not enough for a cybersecurity job. The Network Plus, it's a good cert to have. I'd probably do a CCNA instead though, if you can afford it, or if you think you're skilled enough to do it. It's a little bit harder than the Network Plus, but it looks better. The CompTIA Security Plus though is almost enough to get you into a job. Saying that though, I do know a few people who have got entry-level SOC team and NOC team roles without any certifications, like specific certifications, maybe just a degree or a diploma. They've been able to get jobs in entry-level SOC teams, which was very lucky of them, to be honest. Very, very lucky. But yeah, this Network Plus is not going to be enough. It's not going to cut it. You should definitely go for the Security Plus. And if you want to do the Network Plus, that's fine. My recommendation, though, would be to do the CCNA 2020, which comes out, I think, in about a month's time. It's available. The university I'll be enrolling in is National College of Ireland. Okay, I have no idea. I'm sorry what university that is. Do you think a college degree matters? Yes. Things are getting tougher now, and there's this misconception that you don't need a degree to get into cybersecurity, which is still sort of the case in some places. You don't really need a degree, but if you have one, you stand out from the thousands and thousands of other people who don't have one. So if you can afford it, definitely get that piece of paper that says you've put in the time and effort to complete this academic procedure. Sanish Babu, sup dude? Proceed, exceed. I am a complete newbie. No background cybersecurity. What certifications do you suggest I start with before launching out fully on cybersecurity? Mate, I reckon you do the CCNA 2020. I'm going to sound like a parrot tonight, repeating myself. And the CompTIA Security Plus and a CEH. Those are the three that I would look at. Also have a look at learning some Python off something like Udemy or edX or one of those free ones, just, to pick up some basics. That's, then once you sort of get into your coursework, whatever course you're going to be doing, you'll have you'll already be halfway up that hill on understanding, and other people in the class who have no knowledge at all will just sort of be like, wow, how does this guy know so much stuff? And you'll be like, well, I learnt it all before. Sam's Fairs. I'm measuring 1 to 10, 10 highest. How much knowledge of firewalls is required to be successful in cybersecurity? Depends what you're doing. Firewalls, if you're doing like firewall management, obviously you're going to need to know a lot about firewalls. Keep in mind that not every firewall is the same. While they cover the same sort of principles and they're all sort of similar, they're not exactly the same. And there are certifications in each one. Like, for example, I have a certification in Checkpoint, which is that cool cyber threat map that's up there at the moment. That's a Checkpoint thing. And I also have a certification in Palo Alto. But I don't have any certifications in Fortinet or like F5 or any of that stuff. So, yeah. But if you can sort of show that you know it, it's pretty important, I guess. I'll just go back to this question. My screen's, all these questions coming in hot and fast today. So measuring 1 to 10, how much knowledge of firewalls is required to be in CyberSec? I'm going to say a 7. It's pretty high, but it's specific. I rate it as a 7 instead of like an 8 or a 9 because it really depends on where you're going to get the job at. So as long as you understand how a rule-based policy works, setting up VPNs and application filtering, URL filtering, just have a Google on those things, you'll be fine. How do I learn vulnerability assessment and where should I learn it? That's a pretty big question, Mr. Panin CS. So, because all we have is IP and port address of the server you're attacking for testing and performing vulnerability assessment. Have you ever looked up like VulnHub or Shodan? Or I guess Shodan's probably not going to help you too much. Or the Google hacking database thing. I can never remember its name. There's this database of exploit DB is another good one. Yeah, I guess that's going to be your way to learn about different vulnerabilities that are out there. I know how to create a... Oh man, so many questions. Hold up. I know how to create a payload, how to use CVE, but how do we run the attack against a server of any company as a demo for showing the systems are vulnerable? Oh, okay. If you want to do a demo, do something like a DNS exploit. That would be the easiest one to do. So you just basically kill off the firewall on the computer and point the DNS to something else and then show the traffic passing over there. And that's... I guess that's the easiest way to demo something like that. Yeah, but big question, man. There's a lot in there. Sorry to ask this again. Would you repeat your suggestion about the job perspective and next step after masters? Yeah, so you finished your masters. Your job prospects are, and have a pen ready this time. You ready? So, team. Mid-level, not entry-level. You'll be at a mid-level. Digital forensics, so working for the police or FBI or whoever, some sort of place like that. And I can't remember what the other one I said was, but yeah, SOC team mid-level. If you want to do pen testing, you would need to get an OSCP and then you'd be able to get a job as doing that. Yeah, that's it. After your masters, just get your CEH, a CCNA and an OSCP, depending on if you want to be a pen tester or not. And that's sort of the direction I would take if I was you. Come to Delhi, we'll go from there. And if you're coming from China, could you get me some stuff from China? Just go on Taobao, man. Buy it yourself. Come on. Interesting take on the degree stance. If you ask 10 different cybersecurity analysts, 5 will tell you it's necessary, 5 will tell you it's not. In my opinion, I would get a degree just to be safe. That's exactly right. That's sort of what I'm saying. Like you don't really need one, but if you want to stand out, then get one. It's if you can anyway. If you want to prove yourself in other ways, do some demos, and yeah, just sort of, you really have to stand out these days. You don't want to just rock up and be like, I can hacksaw lol, because they won't even look at you. They'll tell you to get out straight away. They'll be like, piss off, mate. What's the highest level job in the cybersecurity field? I don't really know, to be honest. I'd say pen testing is pretty high up there, but it's much of a muchness. Once you get up there, I'd say, yeah, pen testing is pretty difficult as far as advanced system knowledge goes, and having to think on your feet, but so is digital forensics as well, and so is like red teaming, and there's a lot of, it depends what sort of aspect of CyberSec you get into, but I'd probably say pen testing is probably the highest and most advanced level. Yeah, as far as like needing that knowledge quickly goes. How can I develop exploits from CVEs? If you can, so when a CVE, it's hard because you need to understand how exploits work. So if you go to exploit DB and find like a database, an exploit that matches that CVE, and then try it, and then try different aspects of that exploit, that's usually how new CVEs are covered or brought out to cover those existing CVEs. Where was this? Matthew Smith. I'm about to finish my comp science degree. Congrats, man. And want to get into cybersecurity. Any tips for someone trying to enter the industry? Yes, get a CompTIA Security Plus and a CCNA, and you will almost 100% get a job in cybersecurity. That'll also teach you a whole bunch of stuff about all the things you need to know about cybersecurity. It's all the basics of networking, all the basics of security. It covers it all, and yeah, that'll get you a job for sure. I'm broke. How do people pay for all these certs? They take out loans a lot of the time, or their parents pay for it. Yeah, or some countries' governments pay for them to study. For example, Germany pays for their citizens to study and study abroad as well, which is pretty cool. Australia, we have a thing called a HEX debt, which is basically a government debt that you can take, and it basically just takes money out of your pay when you eventually get a job. But you can then, like, your study doesn't cost anything until you actually get a job. So there's those things. Are you red team or blue team? I'm purple team. Geek Gamer, you don't have to develop an exploit, you just have to create the exploit by using it via Metasploit. Yeah, I guess you could use, Metasploit is a way to exploit something, I guess, but there's other ways. I have a doubt regarding footprinting and reconnaissance. Assume a group of people are there in a room and have devices connected to either their mobile data or hotspot. How do I get IP of each device? I'm not going to tell you how to hack. I will tell you though that Bluetooth scanning is very useful. By the way, at Caesar in the Discord group. Are you Caesar? Oh man, I had no idea. There you go. Dasarada Marakindi. Hi, I'm a pen tester. How do I get a job as a fresher? So you're a pen tester, but you're a fresher. I don't understand. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, oh, my cat's here. Going crazy. Look at that. We're up to 10 million attacks on the live cyber threat map. Mongolia is being targeted pretty heavily, apparently, for whatever reason. Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Nigeria, and Bolivia. Well, you know, it looks to me like the United States is just pumping out the malware at the moment. And, yeah, well, good on them, I guess. Have fun with that, guys. Any more questions you guys wanted to ask here at all? Or? I'm not active on Discord because of exams, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of exams on at the moment. People trying to get everything done before the end of the year so that they can enjoy a nice Christmas or something like that. Look at my face, it's so wrecked from being sick. Could you give your thoughts on CISO or CISO? Yeah, I can. In what part? Like, what do you want to know about CISO? You mean like becoming one, or their salary, roughly, or I don't know how it goes for the rest of the world, but I know a CISO in Australia is likely to make a truck ton of money, upwards definitely of 200,000 Australian a year, and yeah, there's it's a growing job because it's one of the top CyberSec jobs because there's no one with enough experience still to take that mantle. There's not enough of them anyway, what I mean. But yeah, I guess it's pretty cool. How many certs do you have? Let's go to LinkedIn and have a look at my certs, seeing as everybody seems to ask this freaking question. Don't spam me. Sorry if you didn't get me trying for pen tester job as a fresher. Oh, I see. You are going to want to do a CEH, an OSCP, and then start applying for jobs. That's pretty much as simple as it is. Let's go to my profile on LinkedIn. Go all the way down. All right. So I have a degree that I did a very long time ago. Certifications. CCNA, CCNP, that's a checkpoint one, that's a Meraki one, that's a Datto certification for networking. OSCP, CH, CompTIA Security Plus, CompTIA Network Plus, CISA, and this other CCNA, which was like an original CCNA before I did the security one, because they split them out into two. Those are my certifications. Let us never ask that question ever again. How many certs do you have roughly? I just showed you. Do you have any GIAC certifications? No, not really. Well, do this CompTIA ones count as that? I don't think they do. No. Tell me about any web page that can get me through my doubts or any tool that I can explore. I don't know what you mean. What do you do when doing Masters in Information Technology for entering in CyberSec world? What to do? What to do? Where the hell did that do? What to do when doing Masters? You do your course. This fucking dude. When you're doing your Masters, just do your Master's degree. That's it. Rush OG, welcome back from the Discord chat. I kicked you because you're an annoying troll. That's why. Where do you live? I live in Australia. Come to Australia. How much do you make? 6 figures. How old are you? I'm 31 years old. Who is your fiance? Watch some of my videos and you'll find out. Are you bored? Not really, no. Where were you born? Yes, I was born. That's why I am alive. Yeah. So what to do when doing masters in information technology for entering? So if you're doing a master's, just do your master's degree, and then after that, have a look at doing some other certifications. That's pretty much all you really need. Yeah, but back to Nutty Archery. I kicked you because you're a very annoying person. And you asked the same question over and over again and demanded answers, which is not cool. Apart from that, you also trolled the server like every single day for the few days that you were in there. So be a douchebag. Yeah. Feel free to tip me $5, Rush OG, and I'll let you back in. I swear, I'm not bullshitting you. Is the US still attacking everyone? Yep. Still smashing out the malware. Ricky Bow. What's the main difference, in your opinion, between a SOC analyst and an incident responder? Just got my CCNA Cyber Ops, nice one. And I would like to know what to do to become a good level 2 SOC. Ooh, good question. A guy in my team just asked me the same question, but he didn't have the Cyber Ops. He just had a routing and switching CCNA. And I'll answer your first question first, actually. What's the difference between a SOC analyst and an incident responder? It depends where you work, but sometimes they're exactly the same thing. But an incident responder is mostly going to be handling the tickets that come in and then escalating them outwards, whereas, basically just smashing out tickets. Whereas a SOC analyst is actually going to have to work on those tickets that the incident responder has passed on to them. So think of an incident responder as more of a message board that looks at the entry-level stuff, whereas a SOC analyst is still considered entry-level, but they're going to have to really get down on it. The second part of your question, I just got my CCNA Cyber Ops and would like to know what to do to become a good level 2 SOC. Do you already have a CEH? And if not, get one. Also, have a look at, basically it's going to come down to experience more than anything, more than certs. So you're going to have to work a little bit in the field to get into a level 2 position. They also look really highly upon people with networking experience or certifications, or at least they do where I work. So definitely have a look at doing some networking, or at least picking up some networking fundamentals. Yeah. Nutty Archery is back. I saw some have 53 certifications in IT, like WTF, and he only 27. Yeah, some people are like legit geniuses, dude. I'm not a genius. I'm just another cybersecurity guy who enjoys talking about it on YouTube. That's pretty much it. I don't have a better answer for you, unfortunately. I like cybersecurity, and I talk to people about it and do my job every day. How do you feel when someone tells you you're not a hacker because one wouldn't say that he is? It's annoying, right? It is a little bit annoying. You know what annoys me the most, actually, is people telling me that I can't do something out of anything. When people say, which is pretty much how I've gotten anywhere in my entire life, is from people saying to me, oh, you can't do that. It doesn't work like that. and then you're like, well, maybe it can, and then you sort of work it around to work that way. That is like my number one pet peeve, is people saying, oh, you can't do that, or doubting exactly, what you do, basically. Indonesia is getting hammered. Yeah. So is Mongolia, apparently, but I haven't seen any hits on Mongolia, so. Do you renew your certifications? It's actually a valid question, but caps lock was not needed. No, not really, to be honest. I didn't renew my CCNA because I did a CCNP, and I didn't renew any of the other stuff, really. I renewed the Meraki one because I thought it would be fun, and I renewed my Checkpoint one because a new version of Checkpoint came out, so there was a new coursework that came out. And yeah, but I haven't renewed any of the CompTIA stuff since doing them. Christian Taylor, hey Dan. My name's Dave. But hey man, what's up? You know how many times I've been called Dan? It's like, I must look like a Daniel, because I get called Daniel all the time. My first job, I think. Was it my first? It was my first job. My first job was at KFC, and I had a name tag that said David on it, right? But everyone called me Dan or Daniel, and I have no idea what. I thought it was like an in joke, right? I thought they were just like taking the piss, but they all called me Daniel. Everyone there, except for like one dude who was like a new guy and just saw my name tag and was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Speaking of name tags, check out my merch shirt, which you can buy in the link below. Look at that. How cool is that? Plugging. Do companies and agencies care about renewing certs? Sometimes, yeah, especially the Cisco ones, or anything that's going to give them a better partnership with that particular vendor. So, for example, the Cisco ones, sometimes to have like a Cisco Diamond business partnership, they need to have a certain amount of Cisco certified employees. So they'll keep you certified for that. They'll actually pay for it a lot of the time. The same with the Microsoft ones. If you want a Microsoft Gold partnership or Diamond partnership or whatever it's called, they don't cost much to renew, but they'll probably renew them for you. Retracted message. You're funny. Thanks. I think also deep knowledge of language like Python can make a nice difference for a more retributed job. Yeah, definitely true. Sorry, I missed that one before. Yeah, Python is massive and definitely worth learning. And there's no ends to how much you can learn on it. So don't fall too deep into that rabbit hole. Just, get started on it and have a crack and see if you like it. Christian Taylor, you're funny, man. Come on. Can you suggest me what to do after doing Bachelor of Science? Because I'm not sure what to do, but I'm interested in cybersecurity. Yes, you can do a CEH, a CCNA if you haven't already, and probably a CompTIA Security Plus. Those three will get you a job in cybersecurity for sure. Yeah, learn some Python as well, but having done computer science, you probably already learnt a little bit, so you might already be good enough. Mini Bacon, hello, I'm 33 and making a career change from manufacturing into cyber. Well done, man. It takes some massive balls to change careers like that. Enrolling in school and taking in as much info as possible. Any tips for a switch this big? Thanks for all your content. Yes, I can. So, what sort of school are you are you talking like a degree or some sort of other school? The things I would pick up, and hopefully they teach it in whichever school/learning path you go for, are the ones that I've been saying all night, which is the CEH, and it doesn't look that great on a resume. Like, it looks pretty good, but it's not that great. But you learn so much of the basics from that. It's really worth having. So a CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker certification, a CompTIA Security Plus is almost a must, but do that after the CEH. And because you don't have any experience in networking, I wouldn't say do the CCNA. I'd probably say do the CompTIA Network Plus. Oh, actually, before you do any of those, do the CompTIA A Plus. It's like an entry-level certification for anything IT, and it gives you a really broad spectrum of learning for each of those particular certs. But then, so the A Plus, then the Security Plus, then the Network Plus. Do those three, and you could potentially get a job off those, maybe in like an entry-level SOC team. But yeah, that's sort of what I would do. But congratulations on taking the jump in careers there. That's a massive effort, and hats off to you. Jessica D'Souza, I'm finishing up my comp science degree and my major is systems programming. I have zero experience in security besides cryptography from my InfoSec class. That's actually my favorite part of cybersecurity. I love it because cryptography makes me feel like I'm, like James Bond or some stuff, or like in the Da Vinci Code. Is it recommended I get certs or apply for an internship? Apply for an internship, and while you're waiting to hear back, do some online certs, ones that you don't have to do a massive course for. So potentially like the CompTIA Linux Plus, that'd be a good sort of route to take to get into one of those sort of settings, I guess. So the Security Plus is going to be helpful for you because you're going from programming. It will really sort of throw you into the deep end of security. And Linux is a massive part of security. Like, it's every firewall is Linux. Every networking system is some sort of Linux. So it's super useful to know how to use Linux properly. So yeah, that would be my recommendation for you. But definitely apply for the internship. The guy who called me the wrong name before has done an internship, and I did a video with him a little while ago, and it has a massive echo on it, but that doesn't matter. Go and check out that video and see how he got his internship and what he's now doing in cybersecurity. And it's really encouraging, I think, for people to sort of get in there. Bobby, good morning to you. I'm surprised you're awake. It must be early there. Christian, you didn't tell me your name. Oh, come on. You must look like a Dan. Dave, oh my god, you're calling me the wrong thing. Have you done many ISO audits? Would you suggest a lead auditor? I did. The last audit I did was all completely around that, and it was it wasn't just the one, it was the two. And that's essentially what I built the audit on, as well as the Australian government's Essential 8 cybersecurity audit framework thing, which is I don't know if it's public information or not, but there's this list of 8 things that you need to cover as a government agency. And that's I guess. Have you done many ISO? Would you suggest the lead? I don't really know what sort of certs to get on that. It's a tricky one, because like I used practices from the OSCP, and I guess I just built an audit the same as I always build an audit, based off the OSCP audit template. So when you do an OSCP, it gives you this template that you have to use to basically complete the course, and that's exactly what I use for this audit. I use it for every audit that I've ever done, and it seems to go pretty well. Yeah, you smashing my name tonight. It's great. But yeah, I don't think I ever actually told you my name. My name is Dave. I usually go by DC. My friends and most of my family call me DC. But anyway, buy merch, Christian. You need a shirt now. That's it. What's your favorite con? I'm gonna say Cisco Live is my favorite one. Mainly because I haven't been to DEF CON, which I'm sure would probably be my favorite if I ever get to one. But yeah, Cisco Live is the funnest by far that I've ever been to. I went to it a couple of years ago in Melbourne, not last year, the year before. I went to the one in Melbourne, and it's like this boozed up IT fest, and basically everyone there was hammered by 5 p.m. doing like boat cruises and stuff. Apart from the alcohol binges, which was fantastic, there's also lots of great food. And the seminars they had were really good. And you could also do Cisco certs there on the spot, which is fantastic. There's also this, I can't remember what they call it. It's part of the DevNet thing, which if I could show you the back of my laptop, I've got these little DevNet stickers, which they give you a sticker every time you complete a DevNet course at the thing. And it's pretty cool. And there's like competitions there for all sorts of different networking stuff and programming stuff. And yeah, Cisco Live's awesome, dude. I highly, highly recommend Cisco Live. How long has this been going for? Are we at time now, or any more questions that you guys want to ask? Because this has been going for a little while, and I'm still getting massively distracted by my cyber threat map over here. What do we got? I can't even see how long this has been going for. That's embarrassing. 47 minutes. There it is. Oh, it's almost long enough. Any more questions? I'll answer a few more questions, and then I'll wrap this one up. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting here playing guitar for a while. What should I play? I'll play. Should have taken a Korean music. It's how you get demonetized. Can you suggest me where from doing the courses you'd tell me, because in my college, in the name of BSCs, they teach us nothing which can be worth. I'm going to deconstruct that a little bit. Courses you should do after college are, if it's not covered in college, a CEH. All right, Certified Ethical Hacker is super useful. A CompTIA Security Plus, amazing. It's a very good course. A CCNA, the 2020 version. I'm pretty sure it's almost out, or it comes out very, very soon. So definitely a CCNA, and if you want to then eventually become a pen tester, or someone in digital forensics or something along those sort of lines, more aggressive security rather than defensive, go for the OSCP. That's pretty much it. That's all you really need these days. Can you repeat the courses you suggested me? Yes, I just did. Any more questions? Because I'm wrapping this up. No? Okay, well, it has been fun, everyone. Thank you for coming along. It's been a fun 50 minutes of chatting with you all. I hope you've enjoyed the live cyber threat map over there. As soon as this video is done, I'm going to edit the bit where I open my LinkedIn profile and everyone saw my email address, and I'm going to blow that out. So I'll catch you all later. And yeah, thanks to everyone who's new, who's just subscribed recently. I've seen an explosion the last couple of days of subscribers, and I really appreciate all the views and everything you guys have been throwing my way. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Catch you all later. Thanks. Bye.